From 2-deck mode control to new factory mappings by 𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗧 and record_box, Virtual DJ has made some pretty impactful updates, and we're going to take a look at them today in detail. Starting with the transformation of the familiar mapping section that's now been rebranded as controllers. This is how it used to look like. And here's how it looks like now. If you're using a controller, then this is what you'll see. But for today, let's focus on the keyboard where a lot of exciting stuff is happening. Straight away, we get introduced to this virtual keyboard that now indicates all your mapped keys, which is a time saver when you're searching for an empty slot to map new actions, or when you outright forget which button does what.
Oh, call declined. Embarrassing!
For those who don't know, the mapping/controller section, which is something we've used a lot in our previous videos, is a section that allows you to assign specific actions like scratches and shortcuts for features like stems to your keyboard or your DJ and MIDI controller. With the new controller section, mapping an action is as easy as clicking an empty key, and once this mapping box appears, input your mapping action and Virtual DJ will save it as custom mapping, meaning that you can always go back to the factory default if you like. Speaking of factory default, Virtual DJ now has 4 factory default mappings, and 3 of them are new. There's the factory default legacy, which you can tell used to be your previous default mapping by how they use the spacebar for play, and the letter C for cues. This has now been replaced by the new factory default mapping. Upon loading it, you'll notice that Virtual DJ has added some new mappings like the sync and pad buttons, which make it so much easier to use stems and automix. But that's not the most interesting part. Notice how some keys have a blue shading and others have a red one? Well, that's because the mappings are in 2-deck mode. So what does 2-deck mode mean? 2-deck mode is when you have 2 sets of mapped actions, one that controls the left deck and another that controls the right deck. When using the new factory default mappings, the keys with the blue shading control the left deck, while the keys with the red shading control the right deck. If you want to use these particular factory mapping, you'll need to be holding the Alt key, otherwise the software will think you're trying to search for something. Holding the Alt key will also display this virtual keyboard that shows all your current mappings and highlights any active buttons. The other 2 factory mappings that have been added are one for record_box and one for 𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧. The keyboard shortcuts for each of them is identical to the original 𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧 and record_box softwares. This makes it easy for 𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧 and record_box users to start using Virtual DJ and feel right at home with the controls. If you'd still like to use the old mapping section, just click on Advanced and you'll find the familiar interface as if nothing changed. Now let's shift gears to the new interface section. This is how it used to look like, and this is how it looks like now. Virtual DJ has stripped away almost all the text and replaced it with huge thumbnails that make this particular section feel more beginner-friendly and easy to use. To make sure you stay up to date with the new versions that Virtual DJ releases, head to the Options section under Settings and search for Updates. Mark Yes for check updates, and if you want to also receive early access updates, mark Yes to that too. Next time, we get to look at the new stems equalizer, so smash that subscribe button, share the video with a friend and leave a like so we get to reach and help more people. Till next time, keep practicing.